Hello guys, the today's lesson we are going to talk about the y-intercept, and x-intercept, right? So we know that from the y-intercept, always we let x equals to 0, right? And we know that from the x-intercept, we let y is equals to 0, right? Therefore, how do we know that from the y-intercept we let x equals to 0? And how do we know that from the x-intercept we always let y is equals to 0? Let's say we have this Cartesian plane, and from here we know that we have the y-axis, right? From here we know we have the x-axis, right? So therefore, we know that from this line, which is for the x-axis, always y is equals to 0. And from this line, the vertical line, which is for the y-axis, we know that always x is equals to 0, right? So now, the question says, the x-axis, what is the x-axis or what is the x-intercept? Know that the x-intercept is the point where the line crosses the x-axis, meaning the x-intercept, our x-intercept is the line whereby, is the point whereby the line crosses the x-axis. And where our line crosses the x-axis, we know that y is equals to 0. That's why always whenever we calculate in the x-intercept, we let y equals to 0. Again, from the y-intercept, the y-intercept is the point where the line crosses what? The y-axis, right? And we know that where our point crosses the y-axis, always x is equals to 0. That's why we write, whenever we calculate in the y-intercept, we let x equals to 0, right? So now let's draw the examples. The example 1, determine the x and y, intercept, right? So therefore, solution, okay, let's say we are given this, y is equals to, let's say x squared minus x minus 6. Yes, as we were given that equation, and then we are requested to determine the x and the y intercept. We know that the x intercept, we always let what? Y equals to 0. How do we know that? We know from the definition of the x intercept. The definition of the x intercept, it tells us that the point where the line crosses the x-axis, meaning the x-intercept is the point whereby the line crosses what? The x-axis. And we know that when the line crosses this x-axis, that point crosses the x-axis, our y is equals to 0. That's why we always write y is equals to 0, right? Therefore now we're going to write our equation, which is x squared minus x minus 6. Therefore, when we see y, we're going to replace it with what? With 0. Therefore, we're going to have 0 is equals to x squared minus x minus 6, right? Then we solve for x. You can use a quadratic if you're not sure. about your vectors, you can use quadratic. Therefore, we're going to have minus 3 and positive 2. Therefore, our x is equals to 3, or our x is equals to negative 2, meaning the coordinates of the x-intercept is 3 and what? And 0, or minus 2 and what? And 0, right? So now let me draw a line here. So now let's talk about the y-intercept. The y-intercept. We know that from the y-intercept we let x equals to 0. This we find it from what? From our definition of the x-intercept, whereby, for the y-intercept, whereby it says the y-intercept is the point where the line crosses the y-axis, and we know that when the point crosses this line of y-axis, our x is always equals to 0. That's why we always write x is equals to 0. So now we're going to write our given equation and solve for x. Where we see x, we're going to replace it with what? With 0, right? So meaning we're solving for 1. It's going to be 0 squared minus 0 minus 6. Therefore, our y is equals to negative 6, meaning we have 0 and negative 6 for the y-intercept coordinate. Therefore, we are done with determining the x and the y-intercept. So whenever you are determining the x and the y-intercept, if it's the x-intercept, you let y equals to 0. If it says the y-intercept, then you're going to say x, you let x equals to 0. If it says the x-intercept, then you let y equals to 0 and then solve for x. And then whenever it says the y-intercept, you let x equals to 0 and then solve for y. If you don't know, let's say whenever we're determining the x-intercept and you're not sure about your vectors, use quadratic method. You're allowed to use it, get your answers, and then everything is going to be alright. So we are done with determining the x and the y-intercept of parabola. Thank you.